Hey, folks, welcome to Plain Traffic. Today's episode is coming from South Atlanta. So I found this park that I'm currently at on a night where I was waiting for my stepson to fly in, because Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is not that far from this location, and I ended up coming over here because his flight was delayed ridiculously, but it was weather related. So that was the one thing. It was definitely weather related delay. So I was like, me and Braxy B needed to find a location, because God forbid they had a porta potty at the waiting lot, in the cell lot. They can't afford to do that at the airport. But I'll stay on topic here. So anyway, we ended up at this park because they had a public restroom to use while we waited for the plane to land. And I learned the following. This park, Forest Park in South Atlanta. Listen, if you end up getting stuck at the airport and you just want a little spot to hang that has a public restroom, this is the one. That's not what this episode's about. What this episode is about is the following. As the sun rises, this is an early morning shoot. Very rare for me to be up this early. It's literally like 8:30 in the morning. But so we were out here waiting for the flight to land forever, and I got to thinking. First off, this field. Look at this. Look at this epic piece right here. We got the dugouts. Right, this booth behind right here, from my experience so far in the South, they're in there. I think that it's almost like a public address capabilities in there, at least the ones that I've seen already. So maybe if your kid's playing here, maybe they're calling his name, calling their number, calling her number. Look at out here. It's at 100 feet. Nah, dude, I love all the details. Look at this. I would have loved to have played on this. This has got like T-ball, peanut league, baseball, home run fence, scoreboard. Look at this. And seeing all this and being obviously being a sports fan, but being a fan of good parenting and raising your kids and finding activities for them to do, and maybe it is baseball. I think both my kids definitely played. Actually, all three of them played baseball at some point. It doesn't even have to be baseball. It could be sports in general. Just activities, man. Whatever, like, you can get out, mix it up with kids their age. You know the routine. It's a great routine. It's healthy. Get out there and experience life and as a kid and bust it up with kids their age, blah, 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 blah. It got me thinking when I was looking at this field. It got me to thinking, like, Field of Dreams, I know the concept of it. Now they're playing Major League Baseball games at where that movie was done. To me, this is the real Field of Dreams. And I miss this, man, because my kids are grown. My youngest is in his late 20s. My stepson and my daughter, early 30s. So, but I miss this, man. I miss them seeing them having fun when they're kids, and you're parenting, and you're hoping for all the best with them, man. And it's almost like your dream sequence. But I mean, it's obviously reality. You're raising your kids, but you're also in that time frame where you want the best for them. You want to provide as much as you can for them. This is like the real Field of Dreams to me. These little fields, all the fields you used to see your kids running around on. And so it just got me thinking, man. Well, you know what? When I was here, I was like, let me shoot a video about it. It kind of inspired me to just say what I'm saying now. And Forest Park is really laid out. There's a bunch of fields here. I'm gonna take a ride down here on the one wheel and show you the football stadium. But yeah, it got me to thinking, like, just saying, also wanting to say, you know, I hope you all have, as parents, a great, you know, spring's on its way. Oh my God, the pollen's already kicking down here in the south. You're going to be, you know, doing the do, man. Driving the kids to where they need to be. Going to the games, going to the different events. And here's to, like, y'all having, like, a great spring with your kids. The baseball season's exciting. This is part 1 of this video. I'm going to shoot part 2 in a couple days. And it just got me thinking, this is the real field of dreams is right here. Real field of dreams. For parents and kids alike. Right here. You're young, you're running around, thinking about the best for your kids. I've already said that 100 times in this video already. And then in a couple days, I'm going to be at the JV level of it, high school level. And I don't know, it's just very cool. Let me show you the stadium. Sick looking stadium. Hold on. Hey, hold on. Where are we going? With the sun. Look at this right here. Here's another field right down the way from that one I was just looking at. Let's see, I got the sun in my face, but look at that Coca-Cola. Got the scoreboard out here. This is for the bigger kids right here. I don't know how much bigger, but a little bigger than Peanut League. I just love they got the dugouts, man. We had a bench. We had like a bench. We'd have that bench. But if it's raining, you know, there's no cover. I like that though. You got the fence. You got the scoreboard out there. Scoreboards are sick. That's it. I don't remember that too often at all. You know what I mean? Home run fence. I don't think any of the playgrounds really in the neighborhood grew up in really had scoreboards. I don't remember them. Summerdale. There was three playgrounds in the neighborhood I grew up in Oxford Circle. Tarkin, Summerdale, Frankfurt. So yeah, I don't really remember any cover over the dugouts, but down here I've seen them quite often. And these are dated. I know these are dated. These fields that I'm looking at down here are as old as the ones that I was playing on up in Philly. But it's just they just have a different look, and I like it. I like the dugout a lot. But yeah, I wanted to show you that. Let's check this out. Here's called Kiwanis Stadium. Look at this. Got the grass looking pretty good. Look at that green, baby. Got the stands over here. I like this a lot, man. This is, it's just, I mean, brings back memories. I'm trying to catch my friends' kids' games down here while I'm here. I got friends playing soccer, baseball. I hope it's even football. I'd love to come out to one of these. This would be cool. There you go. Kiwanis Stadium. Nice, again, a nice scoreboard. Field goal posts are up. Great look to me. Yeah, I like reflecting, man. That day we did, we hung out here waiting for the flight. Just sat right here and kind of just stared at this field. Just got to thinking about, like, you know, what it was like when, you know, when my kids were young. Oh my God, it zips by. It's when you're in the moment, it don't seem like that it's flying by. It really don't. But man, it does. It does, man. It does. Enjoy this time. You know, like if you're a parent, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Because it's priceless. It's amazing. Now they're all grown. Now they're all grown with their own kids. Unbelievable Yeah, it does not look like it flies by when it's happening. Of course it don't. But yes, it is. Oh, shout out to, look, whoever's, I can see this guy landscaping over here, the guy cutting. There's two people out here. They do a killer job here, and I'm gonna tell you what is really special. And you know, look, TMI for some people, that's fine. But me, if you're providing a really nice, clean public restroom in an outdoor setting like this, I'm gonna let people know about it. So over that direction, I mean, I could one wheel up that way, and I may still do that. But they got a pool too. I want to take a peek at that. So again, Forest Park, South Atlanta. It's about 5 miles from Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. But yo, right here, look. This T-ball restrooms. When I tell you it smells great in there, it does. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You don't need to see how it looks. One of the most important things is that there's somebody putting their time and effort into keeping that clean, and that's got complete public access. And this is a giant park, so they get absolute A+ for that. Oh yeah, Star Park pool. They got it all over here, man. They got it all. You got great, wide open places you could just walk. Absolute alternative. It's about 15 minutes maybe from the airport. Absolute alternative over here to sitting in a cell lot, especially when you get that exciting message that the flight's been delayed for hours. This is definitely something you can actually, go to. I'm not gonna ride up there. Yeah, they got a pool too. It's covered, makes sense. It's getting warm, but it's not that warm. Here you go. They got themselves a pool. They got a little bit of everything. And having grown up in Philly and spending my whole life in Philly, honestly, I've only been here for about a year and a half. This is Atlanta living right here, folks. That's Atlanta living right there. Single homes. Look. People, I'm sure, raising families in them. I don't see any over that way. Sorry for the old spinneroonie. That's the way it is in Atlanta. I've done videos about that dynamic, because like when you're from Philly, New York, I think Boston's got row homes. I think Baltimore might too. I know Georgetown does. We're stacked up. that's the only word I could use to explain it. We're stacked up. And Atlanta, again, not, maybe in the top 40 populated cities. I've said multiple times, their metro area is as big as, my understanding is it's bigger than Delaware Valley, Philadelphia's metro area. But in the city itself, it's I think ranked 37th population. This is the most common, I see this a lot. These are the OGs. Like Philly's properties from the 50s. They're them brick row homes. They run for, there's about 50 houses, maybe 25 each side of the block. This is the way it is, man. And I love seeing it. I see that a lot. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna. That's just how my brain works. I just jump from one topic to another, but it's stuff that I consume as I'm seeing everything around me. I'm gonna take this, pick this episode up at this place. Click. Yeah. So now we are at today we're at basically Chapel Hill High School's. This was the home game for them. I don't know, but now we got a high school level baseball. My buddy's son's here playing. Look at this. Yeah, this is kind of what it looks like at the high school level. Again, that's what I'm talking about. This is like real Field of Dreams here. That's what, these parents, they got the kids. This is a critical age, teenagers. This is a JV team. And just a side note real quick. So like, just pulling up here. We got the parking over here. Check this out right here. Parking. Park at your own risk. So like over here's, I pulled up, parked, and saw 2 or 3 people coming out from the field, already moving their cars because it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is when it comes to foul balls. But the real highlight, the real humanity that still does exist, was this. So there was a lady walking right along this path here, left to right, heading towards the parking lot, and a ball came flying back. Just happened to be a gentleman that just happened to be, because she had her back turned to the field, and just happened to be right there to put his hand up and save her from God knows what misery, because that ball was going to ding her in the back of her head, and it was coming back pretty good. People helping people, like regardless of the negativity we may see. Nah, that's people helping people still. It's cool just spending time with my buddy and his son's pitching, and it's the thing with sports is it's really where you're kind of focusing. It may not even be like a sports career, or it may not be about that. It's about that pressure and about how you're going to react to it. And then of course when our kids are young and we're seeing them in them situations and how they're reacting, then we can turn the parenting up and down like the way we to correct anything goofy that we see. But here's another look at these fields, man. I just love this. Down here is so cool. Look. There's no place like home. Go Panthers. So, yeah, love this scoreboard out here. Out in right field. This field here. And like I was mentioning at that Peanut League field earlier in the episode, they actually also, they're kind of doing it here, like up here in this booth right here. They're playing some music when the kids come up to bat. That's a cool touch. And I'm sure depending what level of game that they're playing, there's going to be a PA announcer too, based on if it's a playoff game, I would think, or something like that. And of course, what I love is the concession stand. Haven't gone over there yet, but it's always a possibility. Ain't nothing wrong. Actually, everything is right. A nice concession. You gotta have that. Except for his B. You're gonna have to get out of here, but we're gonna see if we can have a word with a parent. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna see if we have a word with a parent. Doing parent stuff. Almost a level above. Let's see. You're looking at. This is a real parent's work right here. Okay, so let me flip this. Here we are with Nick, and me and Nick did the Falcons game together.
Oh yeah.
Dude, when did this day? So the first game was at 10 a.m. When did this start for y'all? When's yeah?
Kids had to be here at 8:15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
8:15.
So we're looking at probably a good 8-hour day.
Right. So Nick's well rehearsed with this. Been a coach for how long? right?
35.
Hey, dude, okay, 35. Okay, 35 years. So 35 years coaching. His 2 kids playing sports. So my whole YouTube thing, this thing I'm shooting, I started thinking it's like looking at these fields. I'm gonna flip it. Looking at these fields and like this is, to me, is the real field of dreams. Because like as a parent, you bring in your kid. You know, you're looking at. There's so much to learn about your kids out here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
A lot of kids have aspirations to play pro sports. That's understandable too. But like, and you've seen it from the Peanut League all the way up to currently a JV level, high school.
Well, I've had former players who've played in college too.
That's great.
Yeah.
So 8:15 a.m. We're still here, game 2, hoping for better result.
We'll get it.
And then he's got this. Now he's got, and you could do this in your sleep, right? You've done this
Absolutely.
10 million times, yeah. And something like that. I was just telling Carter, right behind us. If someone looked at me and went, "Oh, can anyone do the book?" I would literally look the other way and run and take off. All right,
We're doing this while coaching one of the bases.
yeah, no, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. But like, all right, we're gonna let Nick get back to business. Go Chapel Hill. Let's go. Great about it, the commitment that a guy like Nick makes is that somebody gave me advice back when my kids were squirts, and I had never coached yet. And I think I went to where did I go? One of the practices, and it didn't go off right. Went into work and complained to this guy, and he goes, "Do you help out?" I go, "No." He goes, "Well, then you really can't complain then." Like, because it's, he goes, "You do realize the people, especially at that young age, 6th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade, 3rd grade, all that leading up, like those people all have jobs, all are parenting themselves. You know what I mean? Like, so like you really can't complain. Like, just help out. If you see something that's deficient, go in there and give it, or just don't complain to me about it, because that's something that he had done. And I took that to heart, man, and I went like, okay, and then maybe I could post some of the pictures that I cherish them. Whatever team my kid was on, I tried to help out. Sometimes I was the main coach, if you want to say. Really what it comes down to is you're making all the phone calls, making sure all the kids are there on time, making sure they show up for practices so it ain't completely embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, I got to be honest with you, I do miss it. I absolutely miss it, and I just wish, I'm going to close this episode out with this. I just wish everyone the best. I mean, this is well underway. They only have a week. This is down in Georgia. They only have a week left in their season. But whatever sport it is you're taking your kids to, or whatever event it is that you're taking them, man, just cherish it, enjoy it. Keep an open mind about everything, especially about the people helping out and running it. And just enjoy yourself, enjoy those moments, and cherish them. Because you are going to remember them for the rest of your life. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Pleasant tomorrow. I'll see you next episode.